There was some sanding, some more sanding, some sanding again, and again, and again, and again. The sanding continued for days. After many hours and days of sanding, I'm finally ready to stain. The color stain I'm using is English chestnut. This was previously used to stain the trim on the addition I built in our previous home, including oak stair treads. So I knew it was the look I was going for, and I saved some money not having to buy stain. Apparently all that sanding I did wasn't enough because I am not happy with these results. There are swirls from the palm sander as well as various other scratches and scuffs. The splines look bad too. I decided to sand it down again and all by hand. I started with some 120 grit until most of the stain was gone. Then I moved to 220 and sanded until I could not see any imperfections. Now let's try staining it again. Much better. I think I can work with this. Applying the polyurethane was the most time-consuming part of the entire project. In total, I applied 8 coats, using various sanding techniques between coats. I used the foam brush on the inside of the box because it was much easier to get into the corners than the rag. I'm also not overly concerned about how the inside looks. I just want to seal it. I made this wipe-on poly myself. It's a 50-50 blend of polyurethane and mineral spirits. It's really that simple, and you save a ton of money versus buying off-the-shelf wipe-on poly. You can also control the thickness by adding more or less mineral spirits. I used odorless mineral spirits, so the level of fumes was minimal. And more sanding. I'm sanding very lightly with 220 grit. Coat number 2 going on. After the third coat of poly, I started sanding with 00 steel wool. After the fifth coat dried, I did an aggressive sanding with 400 grit. This produces an almost talcum powder-like residue and a super smooth surface. I lightly sanded with steel wool one last time before applying the 8th and final coat. Look closely at the lid and you can see it has an almost mirror-like finish at this point. When this coat dried, I sanded it with a Quad Zero synthetic sanding pad and soapy water. Then wiped that clean and did one final sanding with brown paper bag. Prior to putting on the hardware, I put on a coat of wax and buffed it to a mirror finish. Now to apply some finishing touches to the trays. All of the tray compartments will be spray painted a flat black. And now the finished case. I glued black felt in the bottom of each compartment where the back row chess pieces will be stored. In the pawn compartments, I glued 1/2-inch foam. This gave them good protection and made it easier to remove them from the tray. I made the chess pieces and checker pieces about a year ago, along with a chess board and a Chinese checkerboard. Unfortunately, I didn't document them on video. The bottom of the main case is lined with black felt. The lid of the case is lined with 1/2-inch foam rubber. This ensures the chess pieces stay put and protected when the lid is closed. The checker tray nests in the bottom of the case. You can see it also holds a deck of cards, set of 5 dice, and Yahtzee scorecards. These latches are a lot easier to operate if you're not holding a video camera in your right hand while filming your left hand trying to close the latch. Finding hardware for the box wasn't easy. I finally took a gamble on Amazon. Everything was fine except the handle, which was too long. I ended up shortening it by about 4 inches. That wasn't easy. Inside the vinyl handle is a spring steel strap. I had to cut it to length and then make a new slot so it could expand and contract. Let's just say working with spring steel isn't fun. I hope you enjoyed watching the making of this game case. If you have any questions or something to add regarding my design and building process, be sure to comment below. And thanks for watching.